So I just watched this one. This is actually kind of crazy. Um, President Hugo Chavez of Venezuela. Whew. I don't know too much about him. I just know that. I don't know. I just know he runs a really tight ship on his Venezuelan little government there. But I noticed a common thing with dictators like him. A lot of representatives of both Venezuela and Cuba. Um, Anti-American. They like to, you know, because both other countries like to appeal to other countries, and what they tend to like. For example, they like to appeal to the Arab countries about Palestinian efforts in the Middle East region, and usually that gets the a lot of the Arab nations fans of Chavez and Fidel Castro as well. So, but I mean, whew, that's a lot of Bush bashing. I mean, Bush isn't the greatest guy out there, but I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think there's a place for name calling in politics. I think you should be more professional than that. Especially in international politics, that doesn't do any good for diplomacy. I mean, you have to know the person personally to actually call them something. You can't really just go out there and just like, hey, you're an ass, or in this case, you're the devil, or just yeah. Shoot. I mean, unless you got running the perfect country, I don't think you got really room to be calling personal attacks on other heads of foreign nations. I mean, I always consider that unprofessional and undiplomatic. I mean, it doesn't do any good. Now, just a lot of people dislike Hugo Chavez. I mean, I've seen some of the Spanish news articles on Hugo Chavez, and I mean, some of them are good. Some people like Hugo Chavez. Some are just really hate him and think he's just nuts. But then again, it's Venezuela. And, I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going on over there? People are just crazy down there. South America is a very crazy place. I mean, not everybody. I'm not saying that like the people themselves are crazy, but it's just the way that the governments work in that region is just, wow, it's crazy. It's like Colombia. Colombia's the same way. I would never go to Colombia or Venezuela unless I wanted cheap gas. They have about, I think it's like, they got the world's cheapest gas. I think it's at like 30 cents a gallon for gas over there in Venezuela. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about this one. I just want to say this is the crazy thing. I mean, I need to probably do some research on Mr. Hugo Chavez, because I don't know too much about him. But just from what I saw, though, it's kind of, I don't know. So that wasn't cool there. Name calling, personal attacks. It happens a lot, Fidel Castro's done it. I mean, the Bush's father did it too, Chavez. I think it's after this one. I'm not sure it's before or after. But the first Bush calls Chavez an ass, but yeah, that's just a different story. And Fidel Castro calls George Bush stupid. And the King of Spain tells Hugo Chavez to shut up. And yeah, I mean, who knows? It's just crazy. Man, grow up, guys. I mean, just say, hey, I don't think that's a good idea, or I don't think what you're doing is right, but I don't think we need to go with the personal attacks. Alright, that's about it. I'm going to stop boring you guys.